Vivian sighs. You may wish to ask Fall from Grace, or better yet, someone at the Civic Fest Hall about the Sensates. They would be happy to speak with you, I am certain. I had another question. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Isn't she some sort of historical figure? I can't quite recall. Who is she? A night hag from Sigel's past, I think.
Updated my journal.
I hope she stays in the past then. Night hags are foul creatures, besmirching all femininity everywhere in the plains. She suddenly pauses. You may wish to ask Eve. She knows all sorts of peculiar little tales. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. Okay, so who have we got next? Dolora. Okay, let's talk to Dolora. That's a patron. Okay. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, you note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be grey, are the colour of brushed steel. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, without inflection. It has a certain faraway quality, as if someone somehow not attached to her. Greetings. I am Dolora. May I serve you somehow? In what ways can you serve me, Dolora? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently, if that is your wish. I am also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something, though I have the materials for few such games here. Could we play a game then? Of course. Is there anything in particular you wish to play? I guess we can't play a game. No, I don't really remember any games. Here then, allow me to show you one. Dolora brings out a thin, lacquered box, which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. The contents of the box prove to be a number of polished stone chips, half of them black, half of them white. This game goes by many names. Shall I explain the rules to you? Yes, please. Dolora explains to you the rules of the game, how the chips are moved, how one bests one's opponent. It seems somehow faintly familiar to you. The rules are simple, yes, but a great deal of complexity lies within the game itself. It takes a great deal of time to master. Shall we play? Yes, let's. As you play, you come to realize that you've done so before. You recall various ploys and strategies that have won you previous games, and employ every trick you know to beat her. Suddenly a strange feeling comes over you, a memory trying to surface. Let's allow the memory to surface. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind. Atop a great hill, overlooking the fighting, you sat, mounted upon a massive, four-legged beast. The braying of horns carried your orders to the troops below. Let's continue the memory. Even as you watched, your forces divided, fleeing left and right, as the foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord, you. The fools, you had thought, lips curling in a wicked smile. My knights had charged down the hillside and stopped their advance in an instant. At that very moment, my retreating footmen will fall in to crush their flanks. Yet another victory soon to be mine. You suddenly realize Dolora is watching you intently. Are you feeling well? We might take up the game another day if you so wish. No, let's continue the game. Dolora plays excellently, counter-attacking all but your most crafty moves, but eventually your feints and calculating maneuvers win over her well-crafted strategies. She nods approvingly as she begins to put the game away. You are a fine player, perhaps a master. I commend you for your skill. Thanks, but do you always play so mercilessly? Dolora nods. Mrs. Grace instructs us to hold nothing back, for another of our students plays so that her opponent will always just manage a win. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience, a true challenge, rather than something that might be more pleasing to one's ego. I see, you mentioned debating before. Dolora nods. That is correct. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. Should you have a matter to discuss, however, the 15 factions and their effect on Sigillian politics, the most effective battle stratagems for warring in Acheron, the meaning of existing itself, I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in debate. Choose a topic, see if you can best her. You choose the topic and begin. The debate lasts a long time as the two of you exchange points and counterpoints, each attempting to methodically undermine the other's position. As you speak, a strange feeling begins to come over you, a memory trying to surface. Okay, let's allow it to surface. Memories of a great hall begin to form in your mind, a vast place, full of well-dressed elites. A formal ball was taking place. Before you, a small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion. It was emblazoned with a symbol you dimly recall as the sign of one. The two of you stood in a circle of onlookers who've gathered to listen to your debate. But that's impossible, the man was saying, looking perplexed. Oh, but it is, you recall yourself replying. I've made several inarguable points and given you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Were I to accept that, Yes, you'd cease to exist. And without a flash of light or puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. The onlookers oohed and ahed, some clapped. You remember giving a flourishing bow and walking away, a small, satisfied smile upon your lips. You suddenly realize Delora is watching you closely. Are you feeling well? We might finish our discussion at another time, should you like. No, let's continue the debate. As hard pressed as you are to